Hello everyone, this is WFSE with Washington Interpreters. Without any protection from data collection efforts from the federal government and without any regard for your immigration status, the Washington Federation of State Employees, or WFSE, now wants you to complete a national fingerprint background check with the FBI to continue working as an interpreter in Washington State. You must watch this entire video. I will show you the law that WFSE is actively advocating to make this happen without asking you for your opinion, and you will hear how the WFSE leaders were testifying before the Washington State Legislature just a couple of days ago. And as always, please remember to pause the video at any time to read the information you see on the screen. This image you see right here is from the Washington State Legislature's website, where you can see information for House Bill 1419, requiring interpreters to complete national fingerprint background checks. Now, this is the actual bill right here, and it reads like this: requiring interpreters providing services under certain contracts to complete national fingerprint background checks. At the top of the page, as you can see right here, you can see all the legislators supporting this bill. You can also see they read the bill for the first time on January 20th, 2025, just a few days ago. This just happened. And here now, this is the summary of the bill or House Bill analysis. It says right here, all interpreters providing services to the Department of Social and Health Services and the Department of Labor and Industries must submit an FBI fingerprint background check to the hiring agency. And here are the details for when that will occur. It says right here, if hired before July 1st, 2026, an interpreter must submit an FBI fingerprint background check before July 1st, 2026. If hired on or July 1st, 2026, an interpreter must submit an FBI fingerprint background check before providing interpreter services. And then, beginning on July 1st, 2026, all interpreters hired by these agencies must submit an FBI identity history summary at least once a year. Not only do they want you to be fingerprinted by the FBI starting in 2026, but you have to check with Big Daddy government through the FBI every year, submitting an FBI identity history summary. Okay, these WFSE geniuses think this is a good idea to protect patients' information, but in reality, this is pretty much treating interpreters like criminals before they even commit a crime. How is this helping interpreters, especially those who don't have any legal immigration status? Isn't Seattle supposed to be a sanctuary city? You let me know. I will now show you how Quan Tran from Interpreters United, along with other WFSE leaders and members, testified before the Washington State Legislature selling this bill. Please pay attention to see how they lie and gaslight legislators and interpreters alike. This is amazing. This lady's name here is Katie Durkin, who represents the Washington Federation of State Employees. Take a listen.
My name is Katie Durkin. I'm representing the Washington Federation of State Employees. House Bill 1419, this is a bill that came directly from our rank and file membership, as you heard from Representative Lowe.
This is a bill that came directly from our rank and file membership. You just heard her say that. She's admitting here that WFSE is sponsoring this bill. But let's continue.
We don't want to risk someone convicted of financial fraud in Idaho or child abuse in Oregon having detailed access to financial and medical records, alone in the room with vulnerable individuals. We also face significant concerns from our members about their jobs being outsourced overseas.
Did you catch that? Yes, we are all concerned because the state has been sending our interpreting jobs out of the state and out of the country through more video and telephone appointments. And the WFSE union let it happen, as I have exposed in my videos before. So there's nothing new to see here, but let's continue.
As it stands, the state can and does use third-party providers, and the standard of certification and knowledge of where these interpreters are based are fuzzy compared to the high standard that our members are held to. Without more comprehensive background checks, this outsourcing can lead to anyone who can pass a written English proficiency test who has not committed a crime only in Washington state becoming an interpreter, regardless of their criminal background across the country or possibly the country that they reside in.
Well, and here she said the quiet part out loud, admitting that out-of-state and out-of-the-country interpreters with any certification or who have passed a written English proficiency test are taking our jobs, regardless of the country they reside in. But I'm not sure how out-of-country interpreters will be required to be fingerprinted by the FBI. You know, the goal should be banning state agencies from using out-of-country interpreters. Period. That should be simple. Now, let's continue.
Proving a lack of criminal history and submitting fingerprints, just like court interpreters must or DSHS certified long-term care workers must, is not an unreasonable bar to meet when we're discussing the safety of our population here in Washington.
No. That is not the same. Sure, DSHS long-term care providers do have unsupervised access to patients because, well, they work for privately paid home care agencies, like adult family homes, nursing homes, etc. However, LNI and DSHS interpreters are not long-term care workers or court interpreters. We're always supervised by a healthcare provider. We don't work for the federal government, so we don't have access to classified information to be fingerprinted by the FBI. Outside of that, only people charged or convicted of felonies or serious crimes are fingerprinted by the FBI. Besides, many private companies already provide national background checks without requiring FBI fingerprinting. That would be a better solution for this problem, don't you think? Now let's hear this WFSE member here.
So yes, I just wanted to share with people I'm an interpreter. I'm DSHS certified and authorized for Spanish and Mixtec. We are in people's homes. We are in people's medical appointments. Just this morning, I was interpreting for a patient while she had her annual PAP.
Now, I'm not sure why this interpreter felt the need to talk about a patient that he helped in the morning that day, but even he admits he was there with a medical provider present during the appointment. See, he was not alone in the room with the patient. And we have Quan Tran, president of the Interpreters United Local Union from WFSE.
I am Quan Tran, the president of the Interpreters United, a union of almost 1,000 interpreters. We represent about 1,000 interpreters in the state of Washington. As you know, that now we are expanding to video interpreting and in over the phone interpreting. Mobility in this country is so great that we are having interpreters from all over the country to serve our people in Washington. We want to have this population to be safe from abuse, whatever fraud that could happen, and to professionalize the profession. I am speaking in support, strongly support of this legislative action that we must have national background check because of what I said. And plus the fingerprint, we must protect this vulnerable group of citizens and residents of Washington. So thank you very much.
Also, Quan wants to professionalize the industry. You see, we don't professionalize the industry with FBI fingerprint background checks. That's not how it works. We professionalize the industry by providing better training and education for prospective interpreters and the ones that we have. Now, if you're an interpreter and you are a DACA recipient or a refugee or you don't have any legal immigration status, you are most likely not comfortable or excited to get FBI fingerprinted, right? You see, the WFSE union is obligated to represent you by law, even if you're not paying union dues. But here they are, making it harder for you to remain an interpreter. See, I don't have to worry about any of this. It doesn't affect me at all. But I am uncomfortable getting FBI fingerprinted and submitting an FBI identity history summary every year to the government. This is crazy. This law WFSE is pushing right now is overkill and unnecessary. Don't let them treat you like a criminal. If you care about this, call or email these legislators sponsoring this law to express your concerns. Take a picture of this image if you need to, but please contact them. Let them know how you feel and how this is threatening your community. In the meantime, you have the right to opt out of WFSE and stop paying union dues. We must get rid of this horrible union. Go to optouttoday.com/WFSE1671 to do so and keep your hard-earned money. See you in the next one.